East Coast Radio.
Two men, a baby, and a mom. I'm in the home of Kelvin and Dwayne, and they're expecting their first child in just a couple of months. But there is something very special about this pregnancy. So Kelvin, Dwayne, and Mom Kim, when did you decide that you wanted to have a child?
I decided to do it on my own. Wasn't going to go down the route with a partner. I'd been single for quite a while. So I discussed those thoughts with my mom, and it was literally 2 months after that I met Dwayne. We both wanted children, wanted to get married, live that normal type lifestyle.
So how do you go about choosing the donor?
You have to go online and you find a few donor agencies that are up and going. There's enormous amounts of information that you have to filter through. You get to see what they describe themselves as being personality-wise. You also get a good feel for why they're actually doing that, and I think for me that played also a large part.
How did it get to the point where you, as the mom Kim, said, right, I will be involved?
Only because they posed the question, because they went to the gynecologist, and the gynecologist apparently said to Calvin one day, well, there was a mom that did it for their daughter, and that just went tin, 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 ringing bells in his ears. So he asked him, well, would I be able to ask my mom? And he said yes.
What kind of reaction have you got from family, friends, just the general public?
I think they're more worried because nobody knows, so they think it's incense because of Calvin and myself as being like a mother and a son. They just don't understand, though, that there's no generic link between us and the baby. It's purely I'm a carrier, and that's as far as it goes.
I think, but there has been a positive response too. I've had a few of my gay friends come out and say they didn't even know that this was a possibility, and how does it work, and obviously can I meet them for coffee and explain the process to them. So it's been really nice to help some people. Through the whole process of separating the eggs and whatever, you create embryos. Only 2 of our embryos survived. We had 9. We split 5 were fertilized with my sperm, and the other 4 were fertilized with Dwayne's sperm. The one of mine that survived obviously went into my mom. And then with Dwayne, we've frozen that. And the reason why we've done that is because we can't have a genetic link, but our children will have a genetic link through the donor mother.
So who's going to look after the baby when it's born?
Calvin and Dwayne.
So that's where your responsibility stops.
It's like Passover,
Okay.
Then it's theirs. I'll help them out where as much as I can or as much as they need me to. But no, they become the parents and then I'm just the granny. So yeah, I'll be doing the normal granny things.
Is there not going to be that link, like I've carried the baby, so...
Not really, because I want to do it for the kids, because there's no other way that they can do it. I know that it's not my child, it's my grandchild. Okay. So I'm quite happy.
Yeah, that was quite an important component when we did our psychological testing, because that's obviously one of the questions that do get asked. And as the psychologist pointed out, you are the grandmother, you're allowed to love that child as much as unconditionally as possible.
And do you know the sex of the baby?
Yeah, it's a little boy.
Little boy, okay. And names? Have you decided on names?
They've got names they won't reveal.
Oh, is it? And if you could give a message to anyone watching this video, what would that message be?
Don't think or worry too much what other people say or think. Do what you want to do. If it's going to make you happy, then you go with it. And make that the priority. If it's going to make you happy, then you go with it.
East Coast Radio.